Could XCN hypothetically become the next XLM? I'm not saying it's going to be as big as that. However, I do believe that it could very well give the vibes of XLM. And when I'm asked that question, I'm going to say yes, because even though nothing I say is financial advice, XCN going to the price of $1 during this bull run, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. Now, here's the thing, right? When we take a look at something like XCN, why do I think it could very well be the next XLM? It's because when it comes to XLM, we all know that, quite essentially, people are always going to pay attention to XRP. People think that, hey, XLM is always going to hold this number 2 spot. And that's tier 1 right there. There's no defeating, those giants, right? When it comes to the projects that are focused on payments, global trade and finance, much like something like Onyx, right? The Onyx protocol, which XCN, aka Onyxcoin, is a native token of that. However, there's a tier 2. And what is that tier 2, right? We take a look at something like XDC. We take a look at something like XCN. So I don't see why XCN can't kind of become the next XLM, in a sense that why can't it be this other project that is often recognized as one of the sidekicks of XRP? Why not, right? I mean, they're focused on the same markets. Again, Ripple, Stellar, Onyx, XDC. I mean, it's pretty much kind of the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like kind of eating pizza at Pizza Hut, at Domino's, pretty much tomato, you know what I mean? But even besides that, the way to take a look at it is that when it comes to XCN, why could this be a big narrative? It's because usually people who are kind of bored with XRP, sometimes they want to go into something else. Now, usually these people, they're already into XLM anyways, because a lot of people that I know, for the most part, like I'm saying like over 95%, right? When they acquire XLM, they also acquire XRP. So sometimes they get bored of that and they want something else. Now, what could that other alternative be? Something like XCN, which is why I do believe it could be the next big thing, hypothetically. The reason being is because despite the price pullback, I still believe that the bull run is far from over, but I'm going to get a little bit later into that as to why I think so. But even besides that, when I take a look at the Onyx protocol, I get it, adoption isn't the best. But really, some people would even argue that these other projects, right? Like for instance, in the NFT space, in the DeFi space, they don't have the best adoption either, but then still they have a lot of traction. Now, I think the reason why is because a lot of people nowadays, they more so care about what something could be in the future. They care about exchange listings, the community. They care about, the market that it's focused on, what project it is emulating, right? Kind of like, being a carbon copy of. People usually care about that type of stuff. It's like, for instance, Pepe is so popular, in my opinion. It's because people love Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, but then they don't kind of have the same excitement. They get bored. They want something else, right? And that's why I think Pepe popped off. Now, when it comes to XCN, it has the opportunity for that to happen, even despite the price pullback, because the way you take a look at it is that when it comes to Onyx, again, it's even been stated that the Onyx protocol is a decentralized blockchain infrastructure that is designed to improve financial services. So again, it's basically focused on the same areas as Ripple and Stellar. Again, adoption isn't the best, and let's face it, right? The team doesn't really ever, showcase this and that like other projects. Like for instance, they give these continuous updates where they're like, hey, we partnered with this, we partnered with that. There could be that when it comes to Onyx, but then sometimes it's not really made aware of, right? So some people may complain at that. But again, in the world of cryptocurrencies, that doesn't really matter as much as, let's say something that has a lot of hype, a lot of good exchange listings, a good following, a good community, which exactly is XCN. It has that. So I think it has the boxes ticked for the current environment that it is in as of right now. So this is why I think, again, it could be a big project in this sector. Keep in mind, the payments market is currently valued at over $2 trillion. The global trade and finance market is predicted to be worth, or should I say, around $5 trillion by 2028, according to Mordor Intelligence. So this is why I do believe that when it comes to something like, these two markets, this is massive. And I do believe that something like XCN, it could really showcase what it's capable of, especially once this bull run picks up again, because we all know that usually things beyond a certain point becomes a little bit exponential in terms of the growth. Let me explain what I mean by this. Take a look at Cardano's native token called ADA, right? Back in 2021, things at one point were doing that good, I would say, right? Keep in mind, Cardano's native token called ADA at one point was hovering at the price of around 3 cents. I mean, can you believe that? And then going to the price of $1, that was very difficult. But then if you take a look at it, right, going from the price of $1 to $2, it felt easier. And then $2 to $3, it felt even easier than that. This is why I do believe that growth beyond a certain point, sometimes it feels a little bit exponential, because sometimes, at least some of my friends, right? They have this barrier that they want to see be like crossed or reached before they really believe in it. So I think it's kind of no different when it comes to XCN. I don't think XCN is going to be the exception to that rule. So I think once XCN, let's say, goes to the price of 10 cents, then at that point, people are like, whoa, 20 cents is 2x from there. Then 50 cents, not even that far off. And then at that point, $1 is just 2x from that. So this is why I do believe that when it comes to XCN, when things really do want to wake up, it's like, boom, it's like the Thanos snap, Remember Thanos in the Avengers movie? Yeah, you get what I mean, right? It just kind of sometimes feels a little bit like, whoa, like it just pops out of nowhere. And this is why I do really love something like XCN. It has a lot to prove, granted, right? I made a very good call and I was having a big pullback, but you know what? I'm still buying, I'm still acquiring. However, you know what? I'm still acquiring, holding, and just waiting because I think better days are ahead. However, even besides that, the way to take a look at it is that usually altcoins, as a worst case scenario, they peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, are we even a year removed from the last Bitcoin halving event? No, if you think about it, right? We're around, nearly 11 months removed, but not a year, because the last Bitcoin halving event happened back in April of last year. Now, again, 2024 April, we do some basic math, we add 18 months from then. That's around October this year. So again, historically, as a worst case scenario, we do know that altcoins are not even supposed to peak as of right now. Now, granted, some people may think, oh yeah, it may be different in each cycle. I totally understand that. Things could always happen later. However, what I do know is that XCN is special. However, what I also do know is that this is very fantastic. I know this has a good community, and these are the basic recipes, which I've seen time and time again work so well during a fully fledged bull run. And again, I don't think we're at the peak yet, so I don't think it's a bad move for me to believe in it. And here's the thing. When I take a look at XCN going to the price of $1, it's not even that crazy anyways, because if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $32.5 billion. It's not too bad. Really, even XRP has a market cap that is well beyond $100 billion currently as we speak. So I don't think it's too much to ask for. Now, dollar is around a 56x from here. Very impressive, actually, right? In my opinion, at least. Theoretically, some people like to say, oh, if it's not a 1000x, it's not good. But I really do believe anything over 10x is a big bonus, at least for me, in my opinion. So I don't think this is bad. I just, don't see why it's a bad pick for me, at least. Now, again, what is my strategy? Am I randomly dumping all in? Because here's the thing. Sometimes people like to say that, oh yeah, we're going to find the exact bottom and all this. Here's the thing. Maybe some people, they luck out or they get very lucky and they find the exact bottom. But then typically people don't have that experience, right? So what is a way for me to combat that? And that's by not going all in, and that's by just dollar cost averaging. I just keep accumulating on a consistent basis. Anytime I earn income, acquire, hold, and I just wait. That way, I'm not overtaken by my emotions. The market can be pumping, it can be dumping. I'm just more so focused on accumulation as opposed to what is my portfolio going to do in the next 5 days. I could care less about that. I do believe that I'm more so taking a look at near the end of 2025, which is why I'm still believing in this. And XCN at the price of $1, I don't see why not during this sport. And I think that the Onyx protocol could very well be somewhat a version of Stellar in terms of the hype, in terms of the, presence, in terms of the notoriety. However, only time will tell, but it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. It's only the captain, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.